Oh, DDP Yoga Warriors, it's Tenacious T, the place to be. Travis Roberts from Midwest Strong Fitness, here with another Tips from the Midwest Strong. And today I promised I would be doing you a little bit more in the realm of wrist modifications, because some people, just like we talked about before with knee problems, some people have problems putting direct impact on your wrist. So I'm going to show you a few different things to work with here to help not just lessen the impact on your wrists, but also to work the wrist out. I've shown this before here in a previous video, but I'm going to review this for you again on some wrist stretches that you can use to strengthen and make your wrist more flexible and make the pressure easier on these little joints in your wrist. Because if you ever Google it, I know, cop out, right? Google what your wrist bones look like. There's a lot of little bones and little joints and little muscles impacting in the wrist here. Both the front, the sides, the insides, all over here. Front, back, sides, okay? So, as you can imagine, it doesn't take a whole, they're all working together hard to support and get lots of movement and action in your wrists. As you can imagine, they do also take a lot of impact. And this is where people start running into issues, especially if you do a lot of typing in your day, okay? Or a lot of repetitive movements over and over and over again. So what can you do? All right, well, let's get to it. First thing I'm going to have you do here is you're going to do the straight wrist stretch. So what I want you to do is hold your hand straight out in front of you, palm up. Reach under your hand. So I'm going to take it from the side here, okay? I'm going to reach under my wrist. I'm going to point my fingers up. My wrist straight. I'm going to reach around my thumb like this. I'm going to pull my thumb back. At the same time, I'm going to take this thumb underneath the knuckle of the ring finger and push this way. So I'm pushing my palm away. There's that way. There's also this way on the opposite side with a straight arm. That's important because straight arm, you're engaging different muscles as if you're a bent arm. You can do this with a bent arm too, but straight arm, I'm going to show you both straight arm and bent arm like this, okay? So the other one, you do this way, rotate your hand under, take it here. Again, point your fingertips straight up. So this time you're looking at your palm, but this time you're holding the cup of water, beer, whatever your libation is, with the blade part of your hand, with the blade of your hand, right here. And this time you're pulling your blade of your hand back, push your thumb towards you. You're going to feel the stretch right along here. This stretch, you're going to feel here too, but a different way. Okay? Do the same thing on the other side here. So here, turn that out, reach it under, wrap it up. Straight wrist lock. These are also wrist locks we use in judo, in jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure in wrestling, you see, if you watch pro wrestling, you see some of these wrist locks. It's all biology. You think, you see stuff there, and in pro wrestling and some of these wrist locks and these little takedowns here, oh, that's fake. No, you don't fake this. It may adjust the pressure on these here, but let me assure you, these sort of wrist locks are real deal. So be careful. Really feel how much it's going to take from movement to lock. You can feel the point where you can't go any further, and then you're just going to breathe with the stretch. Okay? Very important. Now, Next thing to do, I told you we're going to do straight arm and bent arm. So now the bent arm, take your hand, do the C-nut. Can't see me, right? So take that. Elbow in. Reach around, grab your thumb, and again, or grab this thumb and wrap it around. Take this thumb underneath the knuckle. Okay? Now from here, you're going to turn, you're going to pull your thumb back, push the blade of your hand out. This time, what you're going to do is I'm going to have you drop your wrist straight down your center like this. So you're going to feel a little bit of a different stretch in your wrist. And again, it's not much between here and locked. And move with it just a little bit. Little slow movements. These are not quick motions. And they're not quick motions for a reason. Do the same thing with the other side. Wrap around, whatever you do on one side, take it to the other side. Okay? Breathe with that stretch. Now, there's a good way you can practice your breathing and active stretching at the same time. If you have a hard time doing it with the whole body, do it with something small, like your wrists. Aha. Okay? Because if you can get that, you can incorporate that into bigger stretches, like folding forward, diamond cutters, you name it. You know, you're doing butterflies, you're doing the twisted lunge, all those sort of moves. There's breathing in and breathing out with the stretches, and they all work together. So, back to this. So now, the next one you're going to do, take your palm out like this. You can have your elbow bent this way. Okay, your fingers are pointing straight out here. You're taking your hand, cupping it like this, and you're holding the glass of water or the can like this. If you want to go like this and do it this way, little extra rotation so you really get the drinking sort of motion. Okay, whatever works for you, right? But you do this, wrap around the blade of the hand, pull the blade back, push the thumb side out. Now, instead of dropping the wrist, dropping the elbow, keep that elbow pointed out. This time, drop your wrist and turn it up. So you're going to feel that stretch right here. Same thing other side. Turn, cup, grab the cup, turn the wrist. You can move your elbow down a little bit, but it doesn't take much. It's a little bit of a squeeze, kind of, almost, if you look at it a little bit, it's almost like the Susan Sarandon Thigh Master deal, but with your wrists. I don't know why I have that image, but I'm a kid of the 90s and the 80s. What do you want? So, there's that. Now, third and fourth. So we hit these little muscles right here. Now we're going to hit the bigger muscles right here and right here. So, take your hand down like this. So you're doing, I know what it looks like, okay? But do it like this, your hands droop it down like this. Elbow is pointing straight down. Take your hand, lay it over your other hand underneath the knuckle. So, or like right here, right below here. Not on your fingertips, right here. Okay? And from here, now you're going to push your palm down towards your elbow, and at the same time squeeze your elbow towards your palm, and breathe. You feel that stretch right here. Same thing the other side. Squeeze. You know, reverse stretch, squeeze. Let it up. Now, fourth one, reverse stretch, stretching right here. Palm up, holding your cup of water or tea or whatever. This time, grab your fingers, pull your fingers back. We do it from this side. Pull your fingers back. Some people can't stretch that far, so this doesn't take much. Okay, pull them back as far as you can. Me, I've been doing this a long time. I can pull my fingers back like this. Some people can't do that. Some people, this is all it takes. Okay, from here, then push your palm out. You feel that stretch all the way up here. And if you can, straighten your elbow. Push it out and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Same thing other side. You can add a little extra leverage here by putting the thumb underneath the, behind the hand. Back that hand a little bit. So, right now, and then you just roll your wrists. Roll them up a little bit there, shake them out, shake them loose. Do a little, Phil Brooks, CM Punk. You know what I'm talking about, baby. Wrists rolling. Loosen those wrists up. So, those are things you can do to loosen and strengthen your wrists. Now, if it's hard times flexing the wrists, if you do this, you're doing this stuff and you see, that hurts. It's hard flexing your wrists out that way. Put impact here on your wrist joints. Here's a few things that you can do. Now, if you want to have the palms straight out, I brought a few things with me here. So you can either use a roll up yoga mat. You can use a pull QZ, like I showed from the knee video, or you can just use a towel. Okay? However you do it, however, I wanted to show you something. All three do a little bit different when it comes to the angle of your wrist. It's important here that you want to make sure you have alignment in your hands. So when you do this, I want you to make sure that your elbows are directly over your wrists as much as possible. Okay? And you put the padding on the palm of your hands. Let your fingers drape over a little bit. So it almost acts like you're doing fingertip push-ups. Because if you'll notice, if I do this, there's not a lot of difference between this and this. The key here is alignment. Other than the fact that you put pressure on your fingertips and straighten your fingers. Okay? So pull QZ, and I would have to gimmick this, and I'm not going to. Slice this in half. Do a half of pull QZ, so you got that little natural curve there. Place it on the palm. Or you don't want to mess around with that because that's too messy. You got this. Again, right on the palm, let your finger drape over there. A little less flexation there, you got a little padding, a little cushion to hold on. Okay? Or towel. Everyone's got a towel. I hope. Same story. No matter what level of padding you may need, you you can do that. But again, all three cases, the pad is on the bottom part of my palm, right here. So this way I'm not flexing as much as I am if I'm just pushing my palm straight down here. Because now I'm feeling more of an impact on right here. This little wrist joint muscle right here. And this little wrist joint. Pulling way back here, okay? So you're saying to yourself, Travis, what if all those are still hard on me? What if I can't, what if that's so hard I can't do a lot of that? Okay, then I got an answer for you. Do it on your fists. This way you're not bending your fist at all, but the button here is just like before. You want to make sure that your fists have alignment with your elbows and your shoulders. So if I go through, look at my wrists. So they're straight, they're going straight down. Make a fist. Now I make a fist karate style there with the thumb tucked in, wrapping around my pointy finger there, my index finger. Okay? So if you do that, if you're holding your thumb in and trying to do that, you can do that, but you're also really torquing on the thumb. I don't want you to do that. When you make a fist, curl your thumbs under, wrap your thumb around your index finger like that. That way you have a good, strong fist. From the side. Alignment is key important here. Hold it like this. So you can lock them down, hold it, talk like this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, those are some things that you can do to modify your wrists. And the other things there, if you want to taper your wrists to strengthen the wrists up a little bit there, you can do that. There's a little bit your limits, but if you do that, you're limiting your movements. So be careful. I would not recommend over taping your wrists when possible, because you over tape it, you're going to support your muscles, but you're also going to constrict the blood flow in your wrists. So a bunch should be careful about that, okay? But that's enough talking for right now. That's a 18-minute video, so hopefully you stuck with me for all that one. Might cut that out a little bit there, but hopefully that helps you out. And if you think of anything else, if you like this here, other people can use it, please like it, please share it with other people, please help other people, pass on the help, because I want to help as many people as I can own their life by taking every day, making themselves a little bit better by a second, by a millimeter, by an inch. Whatever the day brings, own this day, because you will own this day. I assure you, no matter what you need to modify, you will get forward and you will own your life. Bang! See you later.